Hey, friends, I was praying today and I just got to thinking about how many of us have chosen to choose faith over fear. I was reading in Matthew 8:27 where it says, "What sort of man is this that even the winds and the sea obey him?" Think about the disciples who were hanging out with Jesus in a boat that then had a life-threatening storm erupt. They're unprepared to face it. They start to panic and they realize that they could die. Now, the entire time that this is happening, Jesus is peacefully sleeping in the front of the boat. Now, we think about the fact that in the midst of a storm, he grabbed a pillow. Instead of the disciples looking at his reaction to the situation, they allowed the situation to dictate their reaction. I think that's happening in America today. After begging Jesus to do something, he calms the storm, but not before asking them, "Why are you afraid?" His gentle rebuke really wasn't over their lack of faith, because I don't think that they lacked a belief that he could save them from the storm. I think they just had a hard time believing that he would see them through it. When we find ourselves in storms and situations like we're facing in our country today, things that we really can't control, do we respond in faith? Here's some things that I was thinking about that might help. First and foremost, let's remember that God is sovereign and he has power over everything and every storm and every challenge. If the wind and the waves don't concern him, then they shouldn't frighten you either. You might not be able to change the situation that we're in, but you can choose to faithfully trust God in the midst of it. The second thing that's important is to focus your eyes on Jesus and know that that will lead to peace. Are you looking at the size of the storm that we're facing, or are you looking at the one who has the ability to calm it? It's only by focusing on God, who knows every outcome in advance, that you have the ability then to navigate the situation with wisdom and peace. And finally, friends, this you can rely on, is that Jesus is always in the boat with you. It's easy to focus on your fears when you can't control the future. But thankfully, Jesus knows your future. He's always by your side. And he calls you to live by faith and not by sight. So whenever you find yourself overwhelmed by life, you always have two choices. The first one is you can focus on the circumstances, which causes panic and fear and worry, or you can fix your eyes on Jesus. If you choose to look to Jesus above everything else, you'll begin to see that the storms you face are not nearly as powerful as the Savior choosing to walk through that storm with you. I hope this helps a little bit. God bless you. I know we're all going through a tough time. My prayers are for you. Seek the Lord and watch what he does. I urge you tomorrow morning, whether you are a follower of God or not, whether you attend a church or not, to jump on a live broadcast of a local church and check it out. You might like what you hear. God bless you, friends. Take care.